I've done a lot in my career, which you'll see later on. But first and foremost, I appreciate people calling me a school psychologist. I've also certified in special education, which you can see from some of my books. I got into this because of the complications that I saw in the school system and the students and their struggles in trying to cope with it. Many times there wasn't that much wrong with the student. We just made some adjustments. I've had parents tell me that it has been such a blessing to find out what was really wrong with their child, and that there was nothing really seriously wrong, because it's just a matter of adaptation. What drew me into this was seeing the students struggling and the parents being upset and getting frustrated with the students, and the students not understanding what was wrong. So trying to explain it so the parents understood, the student understood, and then showing them things that could be done. I think all the teachers, all the parents, and the people that I worked with, and I was in private practice for a while and would get students in private practice, and that also made me feeling that something needed to be done. I am very proud of my work and my books and the awards I've been given. I think the one I'm most proud of is getting Marquee Who's Who. Secondly, what I was the most proud of was working with farm families that had taken their farms taken away from them. We also lost our land, but we went in and helped each other to get through the crisis. Like one day, I was leaving the courtroom and starting back to Oklahoma City, and I got a phone call to get back with it. I got back there, and the man had taken a shotgun and held it, part of it under his chin, and his wife came and hit it just at the right time, and it went off. So I moved in with that family and kept with them until they were out of difficulties. I was a member of Rotary, and we managed to raise money for 100 latrines to be put into the indigenous people in the mountains of Panama. Worked with the Peace Corps, and it was amazing to see the change. My husband and I hiked we got in the back of an old truck and rode for 2 hours, and then we had to hike up a mountain for 3 hours, and we watched them build their latrines. We provided some tin for them where they could build some sides, and it was very fulfilling to watch that happen. During the Depression, my father-in-law was president of a little school out in the Panhandle, and he drilled the first irrigation well that had ever been drilled out there, and people would come from miles around to see. He planted flowers, and to see a flower in that dry, caked place, it gave them inspiration for the future. And that's when Eleanor Roosevelt came out and stayed with them in the president's home. Franklin sent her out to see what was happening. I still have the table, the china she ate on, and the silverware she ate with. The role of my family has helped me, and one of the examples was my great-grandmother was on a wagon train from Iowa to get to Oklahoma, and they had to get there before the gun went off and they could get in and get their land. The way they started the Cherokee Strip was the shotgun, and everybody was lined up on the line, and they took off, and they had to go stake their claim. And she was pregnant. She delivered the baby in the wagon. They would not stop the wagon trade for that. Then the baby was born dead. They did stop the wagon train a little bit to bury the baby and move on, but that was it. You never give up, you keep going. My great-grandfather came in the Strip too and settled. He was a medical doctor. He got a buffalo robe that he would cover up with to go across the prairie. As he did that, there were no medicines, no antibiotics, no penicillin, nothing. And I had a friend visiting, and they said, "Oh, that's Dr. Medeiros' buffalo robe." And I said, "Yes, it is." He said, "Let me tell you, my uncle staked a claim next to him, and my uncle got bitten by a rattlesnake, and he was in the process of dying. and they held him down, and Dr. Madera sawed his leg off. Think about it. No penicillin, no anesthetic, but he lived. The legacy I would like to leave is that we help each other, we discuss things, and we, as I say, we help each other, and we never give up, and we teach the people we work with to never give up. We teach our children that, because our children have problems. We have problems. Everybody has problems, but we can't just sit down and feel sorry for ourselves. We gotta move on. I have 4 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild just been born. So that's pretty exciting to me. I have 1 grandchild is still at Oklahoma State University and hoping to go into law. We'll see how that works out. I tell my grandchildren they need to have a dream. A dream is important. I think very few people reach their potential. When I worked with them in a counseling role, I found that they had dreams and they were all buried. And we had to work through and get their dreams, and they were on welfare, but the welfare had buried their dreams. And we need to remove that layer and work with it and give them support and help them find their potential. I would like people to remember me because I gave love, and they in turn need to give love to each other and to other people. There's a theory in mindfulness that what we think about happens. If we concentrate on it, it will happen. The book I'm most proud of is I Hate You, Miss Bliss. And that's a first grader that has ADHD. The teacher's on her case, the other kids are making fun of her, and all at once she says, "Oh, I hate you, Miss Bliss," gets up and stomps out of the classroom and leaves the school. Boy, was that cause everybody in an uproar. And it's her story on her way home and how she learns many, many things, all positive things. I feel like the keys to a good life revolve around helping other people and fortitude, and as we help other people, we will be blessed.